Welcome to Genius Hub, the right destination for human capacity development, skills acquisition, and empowerment. Genius Hub is a human capital development organization with offices across Nigeria and Africa, and with a strong presence in Lagos, Kano, Edo, and Rwanda. With a vision to improve lives and empower knowledge, Genius Hub prides itself in providing services and training to over 17,000 persons in over 49 TVET entrepreneurship, employability, and digital skills such as basic literacy skills, graphics design, website development, digital marketing, filmmaking, and many more. Genius Hub is committed to promoting MSME growth and visibility through incubation, acceleration, startup development services, as well as tech-driven interventions, including training and capacity building in digital marketing, basic digital literacy, product photography, social media marketing, financial management, search engine optimization, and more. Through NYTV, Genius Hub reaches out to train aspiring creatives in the areas of photography, cinematography, editing, lighting, and many more. Welcome to Genius Hub, the right destination for human capacity development, skills acquisition, and empowerment. Genius Hub is a human capital development organization with offices across Nigeria and Africa, and with a strong presence in Lagos, Kano, Edo, and Rwanda. With a vision to improve lives and empower knowledge, Genius Hub prides itself in providing services and training to over 17,000 persons in over 49 TVET entrepreneurship, employability, and digital skills such as basic literacy skills, graphics design, website development, digital marketing, filmmaking, and many more. Genius Hub is committed to promoting MSME growth and visibility through incubation, acceleration, startup development services, as well as tech-driven interventions, including training and capacity building in digital marketing, basic digital literacy, product photography, social media marketing, financial management, search engine optimization, and more. Through NYTV, Genius Hub reaches out to train aspiring creatives in the areas of photography, cinematography, editing, lighting, and many more.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Genius Hub webinar series. If you are just joining us, we're excited to bring you our webinar today. And we have a very interesting topic for today. And we're expecting our guests to join us even now. In case you are just joining us, this is Genius Hub webinar series. And I bring you greetings from Isimeme White, the Chief Innovation Officer of Genius Hub. Genius Hub, a human capital development organization fostering and tackling the problem of unemployment, reducing social vices, supporting MSMEs across Africa and the world. Okay, our guest is trying to join us now, and he's Mr. Kelvin Ogba. I welcome Charity also from Genius Hub. Charity, can you just put on your camera before our guest comes? We have been having this webinar series. Thank you so much, Charity. You're welcome. So can I hear your voice, Charity? Let me hear your voice. I'm seeing your smile. Can I hear your voice? Are you hearing me? Let me hear your voice, Charity. Charity, can you hear me? Say something. Tell us the topic of today. I want to be sure that I'm hearing your voice. So today our topic is understanding AI and its role in driving the fifth industrial revolution. We've been hearing about AI. What indeed is AI? Artificial intelligence. In Edo State, AI means something else. But for the sake of this webinar today, artificial intelligence, understanding AI and its role in driving the fifth industrial revolution. And as we await our guest, I guess he's having difficulty. I just quickly want to read out his bio. Mr. Kelvin Ogba is a visionary AI advocate and digital transformation leader. As a certified AI ethics ambassador and chief promoter of AI in Africa, he drives responsible AI adoption and development to address Africans' pressing challenges with expertise in AI policy, digital innovation, and technology leadership. Kelvin brings a unique perspective to discussion on a future. And so, Mr. Kelvin, we welcome you. I guess you're so media, can you bring in our host? Is backstage. Media, can you help to bring Welcome everybody. In case you're just joining us, this is Genius Hub webinar series. And today we're bringing you understanding AI and its role in driving the fifth industrial revolution. So media, can you help bring in our guest is backstage, Mr. Kelvin, an AI advocate and digital transformation leader. He brings to God a very
having some issues.
passionate spirit and commitment to the development of AI in Africa and the world at large. And so today he is going to be delving into an understanding AI and its role in driving the fifth industrial revolution. He's going to tell us what we mean by the fifth industrial revolution, and I hope we are ready to hear him and contribute and benefit. So Charity, I can see you now. Can you hear me? Can you tell us what today's topic is about? Can you hear me?
So I think Charity is having a bit of network challenges.
Okay, tell us.
Today we are looking at understanding AI and its role in driving the fifth industrial revolution. While we wait for our speaker to join the call, one of the things we can do is to even think, what is this AI that we're talking about? Is it the AI as it is or the AI in those states, as you have said, CEO?
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm back now. I don't know if you can hear me, CEO. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Talk.
Okay. My network was a bit shaky. I don't know. I'm happy to be here. Another Genius Hub weekly webinar. Like Faithful has said, the topic is understanding AI and its role in driving the fifth industrial revolution. Personally, as a young tech enthusiast, I'm very, very, very passionate about this topic. I can't wait to have our speaker join us because I really want to learn, because most persons think that AI should not even be a thing in this generation. Because another belief that most people have is that AI is here to steal our job. AI is here to steal our relevance.
Our speaker is backstage. Can you help bring him in? Thank you, Charity.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Sorry for the little inconveniences. We have to change password. Yes, StreamYard. How do I share my screen, or do I send you my paper? Okay. Well.
Okay, so you can have,
there's a present button below.
Yeah.
Or if you cannot find that, you could share your paper to see you here.
Okay, send it.
Send it from there. Where is it? Here. I will send it via email. Go and go to the email and attach. Where is it?
And I was asking before if he has the paper.
Share screen.
WhatsApp, the medium you have been speaking with me, just send via WhatsApp.
Okay, we are trying to. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
No, we can't see your screen and we can't even hear you loudly.
For real? I'm using a very strong internet, Starlink. Can you see my screen?
I think it's coming on. Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Good afternoon,
We
everybody.
can see your screen now. We can see it now.
Can you unmute yourself? There's lots of background noise.
Yes, we can see it now.
Can you mute your screen? There's lots of background noise. Mute your volume. So much background noise. Hello? Can you mute? Okay. An address by the Chief Promoter of AI in Africa on this day, 7th August 2024.
We have muted.
Topic: Understanding AI and its role in driving the 5th Industrial Revolution. I hope my screen, you can see it.
Yes, we can.
What is AI? Artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machine programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. In my description, artificial intelligence is the closest thing to magic. It can also be defined as the process of machines becoming more intelligent and smart. The term may also be applied to any machine that exhibits traits associated with human minds, such as learning and problem solving. Here, I would want to define artificial intelligence like this. When we were young in the 80s, we were made to understand that computer is garbage in, garbage out. Today, let's say that the computer has gotten some level of intelligence. And that's what we mean by artificial intelligence. The 5th Industrial Revolution is powered by AI. Types of artificial intelligence. Basically, there are 3 types of artificial intelligence. The artificial narrow intelligence, which is the one we have now, that's like having a sense of a cockroach. We have the artificial general intelligence, which is an intelligence that is equal to that of human being. And that's the one we are
sorry,
more
Mr.
scared of.
Kelvin. Sorry to cut you off, but your slide do not seem to be moving. We're still on the first slide. Yes.
And I'm on the 3rd slide. So I think we have to pause a little and send you so that you can share that way. Are you seeing types of artificial intelligence?
No, we can see an address by the Chief Promoter of AI in Africa.
My goodness.
That's the first slide.
Is it network? Are you seeing what is AI?
No.
I'm using Starlink, so my side should do be the one with the problem. Your side will be the one with problem.
Okay, it's moving now. It's moving now. I can see what is AI.
Okay. You can see what is AI, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said in my description, can you see the next slide now? Types of AI.
Not yet.
The internet must be slow. Mine is showing it here. So why is it slow here? Why are they not seeing it already? You still not seeing types of artificial intelligence?
No, not yet.
It's a string. What do we do again now?
Okay, now we can see types of AI.
Ah, thank God. Okay. So I said there are 3 basic types of AI. The artificial narrow intelligence, which is like that of a cockroach. This is the kind of AI we have now. Or then we have the artificial general intelligence, which has the intelligence of that of a human. And the one we are most scared of is the artificial super intelligence. That one has an intelligence that is above humans. That's the one we are scared will enslave us someday. That's the one people like Stephen Hawking said that there will exist the superhumans, and the superhumans will destroy the earth. Can you see my next slide? What is the 5th Industrial Revolution?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
The fifth industrial revolution concept is a proposed next phase of industrial evolution, building upon the foundation of the previous four revolution. The fifth industrial revolution is expected to focus on humans, AI collaboration and augmentation, sustainable and regenerative technology, merging of the physical and the digital world, emphasis on well-being. AI is propelling the fifth industrial revolution, just as it drove the fourth industrial revolution. Today, many processes that were once manually done by humans are now being carried out by the robots. Over the past 70 years, the United Nations was formed to address global challenges, but has failed to do so adequately. It is time to consider giving AI the opportunity to address these challenges. In fact, Sophia the robot and the UN Deputy Secretary Amina J. Mohammed have discussed the potential for AI to contribute in these areas. AI and education. AI in education is revolutionizing how we learn and fascinating learning experience, automating administrative tasks, and providing new tools for both students and educators. Here are some key areas where AI is making an impact in education. One, adaptive learning platform. Adaptive learning platform uses AI to adjust the difficulty of lessons in real time. They track student performance and adopt the curriculum accordingly, ensuring that each student progresses at their own pace. Examples include the Dreambox and the Smart Sparrow. Automated grading. AI can automate the grading process, saving educators time and providing students with quick feedback while it is straightforward for multiple choice questions. AI is also being developed to grade essays and more complex assignments using natural language processing, NLP, learning analysis. AI can analyze vast amounts of educational data to provide insight into student performance and behavior. This helps educators identify at-risk students, understand learning trends, and improve teaching strategy. Continuous improvement, also called Kaizen. AI system can provide a continuous feedback to educators about the teaching method by analyzing student outcome and engagement. AI can suggest improvement and help educators tailor their teaching strategy. I want to mention a specific robot. Fast. I want to mention a specific AI that is helping us in education called the Matia. The Matia teaches mathematics in such a way that he knows what Chukudi is having issues with. He knows what Cynthia, the part that is difficult for Cynthia. Maybe Cynthia do not know how X became 12, or Chukudi do not know how X times X became X squared. AI in agriculture. AI is being employed to enhance agricultural productivity and sustainability. Farmers are using AI-driven insight for better crop yield production, soil health analysis, and pest management. This is particularly significant in Nigeria, where agriculture is a major part of the economy and livelihood for the large portion of the population. Precision agriculture. Just as we have precision medicine, we have precision agriculture. Data from various sources of AI enables farmers to collect and analyze data such as sensor, drones, and satellite to make informed decisions regarding planting, irrigation, fertilization, and pest control. This helps to optimize the resource usage, improve crop yield, and reduce environmental impact. Automated farming. Have you ever heard of a vertical farm, a farm without farmers? That is the present reality we're having. Automated farming. AI-powered robots and drones can perform tasks such as planting seed, applying fertilizers and pesticides, weeding and harvesting crops. This automation helps reduce labor costs, increase efficiency, and improve productivity. Negative impact of AI, job displacement. One of the most commonly cited concerns is that AI and automation can lead to significant job losses, especially in sectors that are heavily on routine and manual tasks. This can increase the unemployment and economic inequality if adequate measures aren't taken to reframe or repurpose the workforce. High cost of implementation. Initially, setting up AI system can be expensive. The costs include not only the technology itself, but also the investment in infrastructure and skilled personnel to develop and maintain these. Ethical and privacy concern. About 2 years ago, I studied to become an AI ethical ambassador. There I saw a lot of ethical bias, especially against Africans. AI system can invade privacy by collecting and analyzing personal data without explicit consent. Some time ago, Mark Zuckerberg was brought to the US Senate to answer questions. We discovered that most of our data informations that are with him are being sold to big corporations and even politicians. So we are of the opinion that your data, you should be able to make some money out of it. There are also critical questions around dependence on AI decision without human oversight, especially in critical areas like criminal justice and healthcare. Bias and discrimination. AI system can perpetrate and even amplify bias present in their training data. This often leads to unfair outcome in areas such as hiring, law enforcement, loan approval, and more. Yes, when we talk about AI bias, you talk about today, it is very easy for me to send a Ghanaian friend request, but a lady in California, probably from a rich home, even though we share similar friends and we're into tech together, if I send him a friend request, there's a possibility that the AI will flag my account and tell me this person do not know you. But it is not so if she, on the other hand, is the one trying to send me friend requests. This is a bias against Africans. Today, the AI bots will look at a Palestinian man in UK more like a terrorist than a Canadian in UK. These are biases because this information is being fed to the AI are fed in by the Europeans and Americans. So the biases tends to be against us. Hence, we need to invest in AI. Environmental impact. Training large AI models require substantial computational power, which can lead to significant energy consumption and carbon emission, impacting the environment negatively. This is a huge concern for us. So I think this is the end of the slides 9. So from all we have seen that AI being very powerful is also very evil. So my definition of AI goes to the extent that I talked about AI being more important than fire and electricity, yet it's so dangerous that it can destroy us. An untamed AI is more dangerous than a nuclear bomb. My hero Elon Musk warned America not to be scared of North Korea, but to be scared of an untamed AI. In this age and era that Microsoft want to outwit Google want to outwit Tesla, how would we have a consensus to regulate AI? If we must regulate AI, it must be under the United Nations. But how do we agree? What ethics, what values are we going to insert into this AI? Do we have Christian values or Islamic values or atheist value? This consensus will be a huge problem. And we are saying that today we are already in the baby steps on AI. That in the next few years, the way the world will change will be so dramatic that we wouldn't be able to comprehend it. That it will be what happened the last 50 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the point I would want to be bringing my paper presentation to a close so that I can begin to look at you and answer your questions as they proceed. Thank you very much. You stop sharing? Yes, the floor is open. Questions should pour in.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kelvin, for that very wonderful presentation. So before we have any questions, when we talk about AI and the 5th Industrial Revolution, we see that the 5th Industrial Revolution actually borders on concepts like human-centeredness and sustainability. So I'm asking now, in what way?
5th Industrial Revolution, man and human working together.
Yeah.
Machine and humans working together. That's the 5th Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
Yes, your question is?
So now, in what ways will this AI shape the fifth industrial revolution? And specifically, what industries, what businesses are going to be the most affected?
No sector will be spared by this ravaging monster. In one of my papers, I said, I called it monstrous AI. In another one, I said the era of the rise of intelligent machines. You see, in the scientific community, we have a saying that we should go to the populace and deceive them that AI is not coming for their jobs. But in reality, Alibaba Jack Ma, the richest man in China, said the educational system is jinxed. That everything being taught in the university today can actually be done, has been like this for the past 200 years, and can actually be done by the robots. So what do? We say reskilling becomes the new thing. Now, when you talk about medicine today, 70% of medicine is gone. And we believe that in less than a decade, the remaining 30% AI will take it. Now, many people being sent for chemotherapy do not actually have cancer, but AI has about 97% accuracy in testing for cancer in 2024. So you can imagine what it will do in the next 6 years. Now, look at education. I told my people that AI has the ability to give the same quality education to the poor people. AI has the ability to give the same quality education to the poor people in Warri, just as them traveling to Harvard or Cambridge. When in 2020, during the pandemic, the World Economic Forum had a session webinar. I think we participated in it, and it was called the Great Reset. It said the world is resetting as a result of COVID-19. That we aren't going back to normal again. That the era of people gathering themselves in classroom and each person coughing into the other person, spreading of disease is gone. That you can learn anything today using the internet, on YouTube, on Reddit, on Google, or whatever platform you want to. So giving people quality internet, like what is obtainable at the Ogba Educational Clinic. At the Ogba Educational Clinic, what did we do unique? We decided to use AI tools to teach the children. We have what is called the Oculus Quest 2. With that, a student can be able to tour the International Space Station as if he's there. He will be able to climb the Berlin Wall, the China Wall. He will be able to visit the Amazon rainforest and see all the wonderful animals just as if it's there. So leveraging on tools like this will bring this great change. Are we talking about agriculture? I told my friends some years ago that my American friend made me to understand that he ate chicken that was not slaughtered. He ate chicken that was not slaughtered. And somebody like, eating chicken that was not slaughtered? I can't eat that. So I told them about what my godmother told me some 30 years ago as a child. She said she will not eat fertilizer food, and that fertilizer food are dangerous chemical food. Today, we're all eating the fertilizer food and we've not died. So what am I trying to drive at here? When Henry Ford first produced cars, many people would have nothing to do with cars because the roads were bad, the brakes were bad. But it was the few horse drivers that dared to go and learn how to drive car that became the new millionaires. So for you who is listening to me today and embraces AI and uses AI in whatever he's doing, you will take the job from the man who is not using AI. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kelvin, for that explanation. But when one listens to your explanation, especially when you say, oh, to say the truth, AI is coming to take people's jobs, one would be scared. And specifically at Genius Hub, we work with a lot of MSMEs and small business owners. So I'd like to bring this, break it down now into the business world. So if AI is now coming in this monstrous way, how do we integrate these smaller business owners? How can small businesses begin to stay competitive in an AI-driven world?
Thank you very much. First, I must be realistic with you people. When I go out to speak about this monster, people want to stone me, especially in Africa. I remember going for an event in Lagos about unemployment. I remember going to an event in Lagos about post-COVID and unemployment. And everyone was talking about different industries in Nigeria, wonderful things and all that. Then I stood up to say that AI is coming to take over our jobs and we just have to merge with the machines. The moderator or the MC that they practically called me an idiot. That was talking totally off the point. That everyone talks like this, and here am I just coming to tell them about AI. And to even shock you, before I left, one of my worker advised me, don't go and talk about AI there. So I was so ashamed, and I went to the corner because there were lots of white people, people from UK, Canada, and different parts of the world there. So when I went to the corner, I met a UK man who made me to understand that all they've been saying in that place was total trash. He specifically told me about the tomato factory. They have the Dangote tomato factory in Kano, and said, is it working? That it is what I said that is the real thing. So when it was time for the talking about the next session, which is the next year, I quickly went to the board and I wrote AI and future jobs, and everyone came around me and started saying, yes, you are saying the truth. So what do SME do? This AI is a monster. Like I said, Google CEO, not my word, he said it's more important than fire and electricity. We are all witnessing to what generative AI is doing today. It means that today you don't have to spend millions of naira to produce a movie. The people doing the costumes, the people doing the video, AI will write a script for you and produce the picture. If you say, give me Donald Trump in Lagos Balogun Market, it will show you a picture of Donald Trump there. So you can see that many people will begin to lose their jobs. For instance, I have the Starlink internet. It used to be 1.2 million. Today is less than 600,000, about 500 and something thousand. Whether it rains or it shines, the Starlink is there. About 100 people can get connected to my internet and it's just perfect. But many people do not know about this. And it's just 38,000 naira a month, no matter the crowd. But many people do not know about this, so they still use this MTN, Airtel, and Glo and all that. So you can see by the time this awareness come, what happened to MTN, Glo, and Etisalat? They will all pack their load and move to their mother's village. So now, preparing yourself for the future, that is how you ask yourself, how as an SME is AI, what AI tool can I adopt to make my business better? Am I communicating? You begin to ask, what will AI do to my business in 2 years? Is my business going to be automated? If yes, within the next few years, then prepare to move to another sector. But the shocking thing is that this change is happening so fast. It's happening so fast that we are saying that within the next 3 to 4 years, what we may see, the changes we may see may be bigger than what happened in the last 50 years. So there is a danger. So then comes our suggestions. My hero said there will be what we call a universal basic income or a universal high income. This is a kind of free money, but it's already been tested in some states in the US. The government shares free money to everyone. And I tell people that there is a form of UBI in Nigeria, but we don't know. Many people who weren't qualified for Empower, they got it. Government is trying to share 50,000. The Buhari government shared some money. That is a form because lots of companies are closing. Why are they closing? A company that has maybe 10 accountants discovered that there's a particular software that he can use to do all his accounting processes. So what happened to the staff? He decided to lay off 9 accountants and just have only 1 accountant. And then the people, they all rush to the church or the mosque and keep praying that this job comes back. They are not coming back. At the advent of CCTV cameras, most security men lost their jobs. Because with the presence of humans comes a lot of problem. Humans will go and sleep. They will steal your things and lie and deceive yourself. But when there's a CCTV camera, your boss can be in London and see who moved the laptop from the office and call Mr. James. Mr. James, come to the office. When he comes, he plays it for him. Mr. James sees himself stealing the camera. What will happen? Mr. James apologizes and brings the laptop and he's fired. Everyone heard that Mr. James was caught. So everybody realizes there are cameras everywhere. They cannot steal. So it's a difficult one, but like I said, for SMEs, ask yourself, what will AI do to my particular business? What AI tool can I use to improve on myself? Is my process being automated? Because I tell people that somebody may just be going to the dentist for his teeth care, and another person will say, for what now? Download this app. You understand? And he downloads this app, video his teeth, and they recommend drugs for him. And he doesn't even have to leave his room. Just press a button, they will bring that drug for him. That is what the future is. So the surveyor may just wake up and realize that nobody is coming to patronize him any longer, because the surveyor, there's an app in our phones that could survey the land for them. But in all this, my greatest fear is that Africans are ill prepared for this kind of change. Thank you. Next question.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I don't know if you can hear me. Sir, please just confirm if you can hear me.
I can.
Okay, thank you so much. So, sir, I have a question. You've said a lot about AI, the negative impact of AI, and how businesses should integrate AI to their MSMEs can integrate AI to their business workflow. So my question now is, we've already established the fact that industrial revolution means humans and machine working together. So now, how can we foster a collaborative environment where AI and humans are in synergy? So, because most persons are scared. I don't want to. When ChatGPT newly came out, I was still in university. I never wanted to use ChatGPT. I was like, why will I be using AI to write scripts? Why will I be using AI to write essays? Why will I be using AI to write captions and all of that? But when I got to understand the whole software and how it works, I knew that, okay, ChatGPT is not here to steal my knowledge, or it's just here to make me better, like for efficiency and effectiveness. So how can businesses create a collaborative environment where humans and AI are in synergy? Nobody is saying, okay, this one is coming to outshine me, this one is coming to outshine me. So they are able to stay above the curve. No matter what new trend comes out tomorrow, they can be able to manage it. So how can we foster a collaborative environment between AI and humans?
I think the best way is to adopt changes readily. For instance, in those days, for you to write a proposal maybe to a company, you will need to employ humans. They will have to vet your work and all that. But today, you can practically be a Dundee and say nonsense to Grammarly, and then ChatGPT. It will refine it, improve it, make it assertive, and many others, and your presentation will just be fine. You must collaborate with these robots to do what you want to do. My hero made me to understand that in less than 5 years, that was even 2, 3 years ago, he said the robot will be more knowledgeable than all of us put together. Hence, he talks about the neural link. And when you say things like this, merging with robots, machines, you get a lot of hate coming from Africa. That is why I call it the garden of knowledge. People here, they try to gag knowledge. For instance, if we talk about the Cripps baby, the Cripps baby is the kind of baby that was produced in China, where they mix the gene of human and that of some other organism. It looks absurd if I talk about you mixing the gene, the sperm of a pig and that of a human. But when you look at it from a different side of view, that lots of people in China have problem with their cornea, they can't see, and that the cornea of a pig and that of humans are similar. Rather than kill humans to harvest their organs, if we have such experimental case where we could harvest such organs and put it in people facing those difficulties, it will be a huge help. I have a friend in the US called Zach Richardson. He had a problem with his heart, and some other person's heart was transported, a dead man's heart was put into his heart and is living. When you say things like this in Africa, people look at you as somehow evil. or from one kind of demon. But I'll tell you a story that happened many years ago as a child. When I was studying chemistry, my teacher told me that if you have goiter, that you should eat a lot of toad, that it is a sign of lack of iodine. Then I said, me, eat frog? Cow? He laughed at me and told me that if they tell me what they use in making medicine, I will not drink it. That he has heard many people say they don't take cocaine, they don't take alcohol. Say, do you know the drug you take, the content of it? So you can see the very black man who will say no to this, who will start preaching about how this thing is against his religion, may be rich and had issues someday, and it will be flown to those things he so much detests will be used to treat him and he pays. Here, the opportunity to learn such and make such revenue. So we see a lot of medical tourism. So when I did a boot camp last month in Urobo College here from, I started the boot camp by talking with the teachers and the head teachers and principals. And I found out that there was a lot of resistance, even coming from the so-called science teachers. How they try to bring religion into AI and say AI is demonic and all that, it will not happen. In my secondary school WhatsApp group, when I talked about AI, many called me all sorts of names. I will not forget somebody, my baba, insulting me someday long ago. He said I have malaria mixed with typhoid and I was talking nonsense. But today, my friends tell me that you are an American man living in Nigeria because my economy is not in Nigeria. I use Starlink. I use the best of technology. Many things that people go and pay money for, I don't. I'm at the comfort of I hardly visit the Nigerian bank. I just go and renew my cards. That's all. So you can see AI has the ability to take power from the government to the individuals. That is the power of AI we are seeing. A lot of things will be so automated that our hospitals will be useless. Our schools will be useless. Today, people now see that a Google skill you learn within 6 months is more better than a bachelor degree you learn over 5 years. So, like in the US, power belongs to the entrepreneur, the Mark Zuckerberg, the Donald Trump. It's not with the politicians. It belongs to the entrepreneurs, the smart guys. So this is the kind of change. So we must be prepared for it. It's shocking, but the doctor will discover that it's useless. The nurse will discover. There's a caption I saw on Facebook some time ago. The hospital pasted something on their wall saying, please be patient with us. Some of our robots are not available now. So some of our staffs are humans. Bear with the humans. Because the robot nurse knows exactly by 12 noon that they will inject that patient. And exactly 12 noon, it will inject the patient. Those are the things we call precision medicine. The robot nurse will not say, why did you defecate? Oh, let me close my door. Come, why did you pollute this? Because he has none of those senses. He will clean you up and prepare you all the time. So, my dear, collaboration is the key. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kelvin. So I see that we have a lot of questions, and I'm going to be projecting them on the screen now as we speak. But while I try to project them, I'm going to ask you a question. Now, we've been able to establish through this webinar now that while AI has its good side, it also holds its potential risk for individuals and for us as a society. And that now brings me to ethical concerns of AI. It goes without saying now that AI will be misused. In short, it's already been misused. Take ChatGPT for example. Even though it has taken education to, a higher level, but it is being misused. People don't read anymore. You have AI, you have Gemini, you have Bard that will make you just write your paper, write a 20-page essay and that. So what are the ethical considerations that we must consider as a society to make sure that AI is not misused either by individuals, by businesses.
I lost the audio.
Did you hear me?
I lost it.
Okay, so I was saying that how do we ensure that AI is used ethically as a society? And that brings me to the question we have on the screen from Emmanuel Ehis. He says, how can we ensure that AI is developed and used ethically? And how can we mitigate the negative impact of AI?
Interesting. Education shouldn't be about memorization. It should be about imagination and creativity. The era where you go and Newton's first law of motion states that I remember how I tried to memorize that. The world is changing. How can we ensure that AI is developed and used ethically? When I studied to become an AI ethical ambassador, I saw a lot of misuse of AI. We found that companies, the wealth of people like Mark Zuckerberg is coming as a result of the information they have about people. And that these informations, they sell these informations to make money. So we were of the opinion that your data, you should earn some money out of your data. Now, there are biases. Who are those who build this AI? They are mostly the Europeans, Americans, and all that. So in them, they instill their value system into it. So we Africans, like I said, except Africans innovate and invest in artificial intelligence, they may be forced to seek recolonization. We must begin to invest in AI. We must fight, just like everyone is talking about the possibility of an ASI, that when it comes, it's just as we enslaved other animals and all that on earth, it is believed that the robot itself will not turn us to slave. So these are areas we must look at, but there are lots of challenges in bringing this into fruition. I told you, in today's world, America wants to see that China goes down. China wants to see that India goes down. India wants to see that Russia goes down. UK wants to see. So everybody wants to outwit each other. Also go to the tech world. Apple wants to be the number one company. Elon Musk wants to be the man who puts in more billions into AI than any other person. So there comes the concerns. How do these people who do not agree, who want to outwit the other, agree on a set of laws? I'll give another example. Many years ago, the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, was set up so as to curb the proliferation of nuclear weapons in the world under the UN. Its capital is in Vienna, Australia. But this bulldog has failed to bite. Hence, rogue nations were able to have access to the technology behind the nuclear plant. So my take is that we must have a UN body, but this UN body must have the ability to bite. But there are those who believe that another way to curb this is to create more good AI. Today, the war machines, the Pentagon, puts in billions of dollars into AI, and most of their operations are automated. We once asked, if a robot should kill somebody, who should be held responsible? So these are ethical questions, but getting a consensus is a much more difficult one. But we are working assiduously to see. I think last year, some nations agreed, even the big nations like China, Russia, US, and the European Union agreed to kindly have a platform. Let's see how we could work on some regulatory laws to govern AI. Already, the European Commission has already set up some kind of laws to protect your data and data information. Again, the American is also doing something, and China has agreed to it. Even the big corporations, they are also trying to say, well, we understand these dangers are real, and then we need to find a way out. But for now, we are on it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So we have another question on the screen from Orilade Joy, and she says, "Can you give us examples of basic AI tools?" Now, I'm guessing that, since we started this webinar, we'll be talking about robots and machines and all of that. We very well know that small businesses, especially MSMEs, they cannot buy robots. They cannot purchase some of these machines. What some of them can do is to incorporate AI tools into their operations. So, are there any examples or pointers that you can give to businesses about this?
When you use Grammarly when you use ChatGPT, when we talk about the robots are coming, it doesn't have to be some physical robot like this. It could just be an app. You understand? An app that you could use to write your letters, an app that you could use to do your accounting software. You understand? And there are so numerous. You mentioned Bard, you mentioned ChatGPT, many other Grammarly, and many other tools. You just keep asking the AI. You talk to your Meta. What is this? How do I solve this? How do I write this? What we call generative AI. It can generate anything for you. So the list is endless. So it doesn't have to be some physical machines moving like this. It could come in the form of an extension or an app on your phone. You just download it or pay for it and you make use of it, and there's no need for you as an SME. To the SME, there comes a lot of benefit. Like me now, I practically it's taking my business into the internet, because many years ago, I think in 2018 or 2019, I went to first e-commerce summit in Ibadan, where I was made to understand that if your business is not on the internet, your business will die. AI would help take your business from the risk area to the less risky area. I tell my people every day that many people who have shop today are not making profits. I'll give you an example. A lady sells oil in my plaza, and he told me about the oil is about 17,000 and her profit is 200. Then she has a sales girl who stole the oil of 17,000. So imagine the profit of how many years has that girl stolen. But here is an SME or a smart business person who has no shop. His business is on the internet, and he's selling that woman's oil for the woman. When you ask for that oil, he goes there. He pays no store rent. Yes, he's making the profit. So you, as an SME, always ask yourself, what innovation can I bring in? I'll tell you something in Japan. It's called Kaizen, continuous improvement. Every day, look at your business and ask, what can artificial intelligence do to my business? In 3 months, in 6 months, what AI tool best can I do? What are those services you are paying for? Sometimes you just find out that the very services you pay for can actually be done for you for free. For instance, you needed to write a proposal and a secretary needs to do a lot of write-up for you, and is billing you so much. That is something you can discuss with your ChatGPT, and it will give you a wonderful, sweet proposal without you paying. Sometimes you may have issues writing. Like for myself, I'm more of a talker than a writer. So what do? I talk to my AI, and it brings it up. Is it okay? No, I think we should edit this and this. Is it okay? Can we improve on it? How is it? Is it assertive? My Grammarly will tell you, is it assertive? How is the content? Is it fine? Do you want me to improve on it? So these are the ways, as an SME person, you should do your business with AI. Thank you.
All right. So just to add to what Mr. Kevin here said, there are a myriad of AI tools that business owners, specifically small business owners, can use. You have the ones that can cater to your, writing needs and technical writing needs. We have AI tools for finance. Yes, for arranging your books, for those of us that don't have finance knowledge. We have a lot. We have AI tools for social media. We have AI tools for marketing. We have AI tools for creating videos, video content. There's a long list of AI tools. At this point, Google is your friend. Just go to Google and type AI tools for finance, and it will give you a lot of options. You'll be the one choosing. AI tools for rap.
I am clapping. Record my clap. I am clapping. Let it record.
So there's a lot of resources out there that businesses can incorporate. So this brings me to the next question from Isimeme White, and she says, can you share examples of businesses successfully integrating AI to improve their operations? Specifically, I want to bring in now, specifically to the Nigerian and African playground. Yeah.
Okay, I think I will start with my clinic, the Ogba Educational Clinic. Long ago, I told my students that artificial intelligence can bridge the gap between the have and the have nots, can give the same quality education available in Harvard to the poor people in Warri. They thought I was joking. So I began to acquire STEM tools and devices, though most of them were donated to me. One of them is called the 3D printer. With a 3D printing machine, you'll be able to print small articles and all that. Bigger machines can print a house. Then we got an Oculus Quest 2, and students were able to see how the streets of New York looks like. The street, their uncle's street in Lagos, they could actually walk through and see how it's looking exact at that time. So that is an example of a company that is integrating artificial intelligence in itself. Then we talk about big tech companies like Tesla. We have heard of the robo-taxi. The robo-taxi is a taxi that uses robots as its driver. So in future, we would have cars without drivers. Then there are other small companies that are integrating AI in their business, especially in the areas of their finances and also in the areas of their security and many of their operations that they used to manually do can actually now be done by one software or the other, thereby improving on their efficiencies. Like all those writing of proposals and all that were all like we wanted to do things like video editing. There are different AI software. Wisdom, you know some of them that you are using to edit videos and make beautiful videos. We can see that in today's Delta State or Nigeria, if there are 100 photographers, about 97 of them do not know about video editing. So their videos do not come out well. But people like us who has this software and are using it to improve on our videos, we get better quality videos and we can now do better presentation in all they do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. We have another question. This is a very controversial topic that we are delving into. So this one says, so sir, what are the possible measures we Africans can put in place to embrace this new wave of AI integration in our society? I don't know if you have answered that in one of the other questions, but maybe you should throw more light.
I did that. Let me just throw more light. So embracing AI is a must in whatever you put the question again, put it on the screen. So embracing AI,
Okay.
investing in artificial intelligence and accepting the fact rather than in those days, there's this difficult course we were doing in engineering called thermodynamics. Most of us will say we don't understand how we begin to stiffen our head. My lecturer says it's not like that. And I've heard a lot of people hate AI and say it will not happen in 50 years. One of my old school friends told me that all this thing I'm saying in 50 years, it will not come to pass. We will not agree in Delta State. We will break the robot leg. So now that I'm using Starlink here now, is there somebody that is coming to break my Starlink? Now that I'm using software to edit my videos in the comfort of my house, I no longer pay a video editor to do that. Is somebody coming here to break my laptop? No. So accepting the fact and then learning about this and then as much as possible investing in it matters a lot. But asking yourself every day, what is the latest AI trend? Before it becomes very popular around your area, you would have made a lot of money. So those early comers become the new millionaires. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. So I'll bring the next question. Somebody's thinking about the future. This is Adesua Madimina, and she says, "What are the
I can see it. I can see it. Would he want me to say? Would she want me to say the truth, or I should lie?
We are here for the truth.
No. Is she ready to hear the truth, or he wants me to be economical with the truth?
I guess.
Let him grant me permission.
Okay.
Are you sure you are speaking for her? Can she?
Yes,
she
I
not
am.
there? Okay. The truth is that in the long run, AI will end capitalism. AI will lead to global surplus. So money will not be a factor again in the long run. But in the short run, we believe the last World Economic Forum, one of the leaders that attended the meeting said, the world's 7.5 billion people are useless. That everything being done by them can actually be done by the machines. Hence, we talk about universal basic income. Because people continue to lose their jobs, jobs are being automated. Like I told my people here, that it is cheaper to import than to produce here, because abroad, goods and services production is automated. Automated products are cheaper. You don't pay workers. The workers do not go on weekend or vacation or go on leave. They can work 24 hours. So the entrepreneur prefer to pay a robot tax than to pay humans money. With humans comes a lot of conflict, unionism. And they say, I'm tired, I'm weak, you need to pay me off, higher demands and all that. But this will not be seen in a robot-controlled industry. So if, for instance, if we were to have a fruit juice or Five Alive company in Onitsha, because there are lots of fruits around that area, the cost of producing Five Alive may come out at a high cost of 7,000. But that process has been automated in China or in Bangladesh or in Vietnam, and that same product is coming out at 1,000 naira. The importer sees that he can import through the porous Nigerian border and bribe his way with 700 and bring his product here to sell at 2,500. So what does he do? He thinks it's better for him to import than to produce. Again, there's this African factor when you are working in a company, how you want to steal the diesel, how the manager wants to write an overdraft, and many others. But when you automate the process of your accounting, the robot will not try to cheat you, will not try to be crooked with some books. So you can see that it is safer and better for the entrepreneur to import this than to produce. One area I see a lot of troubles coming in is in our Gari today. Today, Gari is almost selling for 4,000 naira. And I saw that there was a Gari processing plant in China now. So you can see that the Gari processing plant, including the cost of bringing it into Nigeria, may come out at 1,500. So our rural poor women that used to make a lot of money from Gari will no longer have this money in the nearby future. When I went to Taiwan, I was made to understand by one of my partners that got there that Vietnam comes to Nigeria, that 97% of the Vietnamese peanuts they get, cashew nut they get it from 2 states in Nigeria. They take this product to Vietnam, refine it, and sell it and make a lot of money. That is so bad that the Vietnamese now even go as far as visiting the individual farm of the farmers to buy it. That is what technology, the person with the better technology does. Thank you. Next question.
Thank you very much.
Next question.
Sir. I believe our next question is coming from Charity. Okay, I think Charity is having some.
Hello, sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sir, thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir. You have indeed said a lot. You have said so much. So, sir, to wrap everything up, what you've been saying so far, what would be your advice to MSMEs out there? What would be your advice to, if not just MSMEs, even students, young people, because we are the next generation we get. So, what would be your advice to them on the whole artificial intelligence and integrating it and using it and conquering it, so to speak. So, what would be your advice to MSMEs and young people out there?
My message is wake up, wake up, wake up. The robots are not just coming to take over your jobs, they are coming to be your bosses. Do not stiffen your neck. Be prepared for this change. Ask yourself, what will AI do to my job in the next 5 years? What AI tools can I use to improve on myself? When you begin to ponder over questions like this, you will be far ahead of others. Today, my clinic, my student will tell you is the best ever because we use AI tools. We are able to get in experts from Canada, from IMT, from Harvard, from Cambridge, from Singularity University to talk to these students because we have created a platform where we use technology to train these students. So we cannot give them quality education. So ask in your sector, what automation is going to do to your sector? How can I utilize this? How do we now merge with the machines in future when your roles is taken? Unfortunately, what I see in Nigeria and today's Delta State is that most people are into keke riding and they don't develop themselves. Lots of people do not embrace technology or use the internet. Money is now in the internet. So spend quality time on the internet, learn new skills, apply them, and there are lots of things you could do for yourself. Try as much as possible to realize that the Nigerian or the African market is not a good market. I say that. You should invest in the Bible says where your treasure is, so your heart will be. Like me, I try to have my economy outside African economy. Blackman, when they give you small 10,000, 20,000, so much quarrels and all that. That same thing you are offering for that, a white man in Canada can give you $50, or in the US or UK 50 euro or 50 pounds. And that would be a huge amount of money. So you could do some other things, try new things, review books, promote people's works. You understand? Collaborate with people from different parts of the world so that you begin to bring in streams of dollars. It may start actually small, $5, $10, $20, but over time you will not get to a point that it keeps coming and then it's bigger than your problem. So continuous investment is one of my key takeaways here. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you see me, I was smiling throughout your response to that question because
I can see that.
You said something that struck me. You said one of the ways that we can, encourage the wave of this AI technology, especially in Africa, is that we must now begin to invest in gaining knowledge and skills. And this is one of the things that here at Genius Hub we take priority. It's one of the reasons why we are investing so much in having these skills readily accessible to people that it would not be normally accessible to. Like you said you can have Harvard-style education that is normally for the rich to the poor people in Warri, and now bringing it down to Edo State. It is why currently we have
the era of I went to Unilag, I studied medicine is gone.
Now, what tech skills do you possess? It is why presently we have, a program for tech skills called summer school programs, where we want to actually just catch these children young. You can see it on your screen. I bet that you can see it on your screen. So we are realizing now that tech on its own is the future of Africa and Africans and Nigerians inclusively. It is why we must begin to encourage our children, our young ones, which are the leaders of tomorrow and which will most likely lead this industrial revolution or carry it to the promised land. They must begin to get familiar with these ICT skills. We have skills like graphic design. You must not learn how to, build a robot like some of us think. AI starts with small solutions, small skills.
I think the era of graphic design is almost gone. There are softwares that can actually do that. So the change is happening very rapidly. So that is why Elon Musk talked about having a neural link. You merge with the machines. That's the ultimate. We lost you guys again.
Sir, sir, when you were giving your advice to MSMEs and public, you mentioned something. You said AI is coming to become our boss. But I think, I don't know, but this is my thoughts. I think it is still humans that, or rather, don't you think it is still humans that get to control these tools? Because even if AI is coming, we have acknowledged the importance and relevance of AI in this present generation. I'm still of the opinion that to an extent, it's still human beings that still get to control these tools, because sometimes they can make mistakes, and then it is humans that will be able to like spot these errors and all of that. So I don't know if my thoughts is going to the left hand side, if it's not coming correct side.
Yeah, and adding to that, you can see a comment on the screen where somebody is saying AI will not take your job. AI users will, and so we have to become one of the users. So, sir, what is your take on this situation now and on this point of view?
I told you that lots of people that are being sent for chemotherapy actually do not have cancers. So human errors are more. I told you that AI has a 97% accuracy in detecting early cancer. I was discussing with a group of friends about using AI in war. And they made me to understand that even the nuclear bomb, almost all the processes is being done by the robots. So when we say things like this, people think that we are insane. Maybe because I am privileged to be in lots of groups and I've got to learn so many things. AI is already leading us in so many ways. You understand? In weather prediction, it's already telling us what the weather will look like. In future, AI through GPS and all that will help put an end to traffic and many other things alike. You understand? So the process of interviewing you for a job, you possibly will not know that it's a robot that is asking you a question. It will interview you and check your document. When I went to Abu Dhabi in 2018, I was made to understand by some group of Indians that it takes about a minute to get a loan in India. And the Chinese say you can even get it within 30 seconds. That your informations are already with them. With the press of a button, they know whether you are credit worthy or not. So a lot of processes are being automated day in and day out. Yes, we say that AI will not take away your jobs. People using AI will take away your jobs. It's true. But in most cases, I go and use ChatGPT. So the secretary who wants to write me that beautiful letter, I don't need it. There's Grammarly there to make even my grandmother to speak anything, and it corrects it and present the paper. So we're going to be having things like a chat box whereby your emails are just there. The robots go for it. Like if I have to attend meetings or unfortunately I cannot enter a meeting, there's an AI robot called Otter. This Otter goes in for me. He tells you he's representing Kelvin. He records everything about the meetings, the minutes and all that. And at the end of the day, he plays it for me on my email. So you can see that people like us using these tools is seen to be far ahead of those who are not. So that's the reality of you saying that it is we that inputs the information. Those are the lies they say I should lie. The robot is not getting intelligent. There is what we call machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of AI that you teach the machine that if you mix 4 colors, you will get a 5th color. Then the machine tells you that to get white, you don't have to mix 4. That you can actually mix 2 and get the whites. Again, you teach the machine this is the way to NRA junction. And the machine understands the route you took him first though. He said you went through a longer route. I can actually follow a shorter route and get to NRA junction. The machine understands the need of your customers. That Mr. James usually like pepper soup and nkwobi together with a cold star. And Paul takes soft drinks with fried fish. Before they come to that hotel, he already knows they are coming there. So when they get there, they don't even ask. These things were presented before them. So you can see that this change is happening. Thank you. I can see another question. I'm not countering him. I'm only sharing ways we can better position by learning to use AI. No problem.
All right, thank you so much. We've had such an insightful discussion on understanding AI and its role in driving the fifth industrial revolution. I might not be able to speak for everybody else, but I do know that through this discussion, I've learned a lot, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers have also learned a lot from this webinar. So, to summarize, as we come to the close of this webinar, to summarize all that we have been able to do here today. Today, we have been able to cover the potential of AI in leading the fifth industrial revolution. We've been able to break down what AI is and what the fifth industrial revolution even is. We've been able to go into ethical considerations. We've been able to see how businesses can begin to, incorporate AI into their small daily, routines for their businesses. And I can say that AI is going to be a very big game changer. So, like our speaker has said, he said, don't, in his own words, he said, don't stiffen your neck. Meaning that in growing with the trend, we have to be open-minded. We have to be open-minded.
It will happen irrespective of whether you agree with me or not. The change is going to happen. So prepare for it.
Yeah, like they say, change is constant. So if you want to, whether you like it or not, this change is going to be happening. So the best thing you can do for yourself is be open-minded and go along with the trend, so that you don't wake up one day and see that, oh, my business or my education has been taken away from my hands just because I decided to stiffen my neck. Also, our speaker has been able to take us through both the positive and negative impacts of AI for individuals, for businesses, and for society at large. And we have come to see that technology is the only way out. Investing in technology, investing on gaining technological skills is the way out of not being caught at the bottom folder of this industrial revolution. Once again, I want to thank you, Mr. Kelvin, for being here with us today. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. It's the way you speak, so with all energy and with all confidence and smiles on your face about this AI. And this was what I saw, at the event when we spoke to you about joining the webinar. I want to thank you for sharing your insights on AI and its role in the fifth industrial revolution. I can tell you that your insights, your admonitions and your suggestions, they are very invaluable to our audience. So as we wrap up, I don't know if you have any last words to tell the audience.
I have said so much, but I think I will have to repeat this. It is time for us to accept the reality. The change is happening rapidly. Africa is very late. We have very little investment on AI. The AI industry is a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and it's time for us young people to begin to have our bites in this industry. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So before we go, we will not end this webinar without bringing forward again. I know I spoke about it a few minutes earlier, but I have to speak about it again, about how we at Genius Hub are making sure that the younger generation are not left behind in the technology wave. So currently we have a series of summer school programs going on at our locations, both in Edo State and Lagos State. So in this summer school programs, our children are taking on.
Welcome to Genius Hub, the right destination.
On different tech skills from product design, web development, data analysis, and a whole lot of other skills that would allow them compete in this, industrial wave. So before we move on from here, I would like to thank our viewers. All of you have made very insightful contributions on this webinar. Your comments, your contributions did not go unnoticed. Thank you so much for joining us today. I also like to thank those of us, the team at Genius Hub, who make sure that this webinar holds every single day. Though you might just see me, Charity, and Mr. Kelvin on the screen, but it actually takes a whole village to make this webinar happen. I want to thank from the CIO, Mrs. Timmy White. I want to thank the CEO who was actually here at the beginning of the webinar but had to drop out because of other engagements. I'd like to thank Mrs. Uche, our HRO, thank Mr. Desua, Mr. Vie, Joy Usagede, Ugochi, and a whole lot of others that I might not be able to, remember at this point. Thank you very, very, very much for joining us. And until the next time you see us, it's bye from us.
Bye.
Thank you very much, sir.
Bye.